A little different video today. I watching some videos on YouTube. Long story short, some guy's looking for a new truck. He gets comments that the 68 RFE is a horrible transmission. He should go Aisin. So, I am a previous owner of two Ram Cummins diesels with the 68 RFE, 2011 and 2016. I haven't had any issues with those trucks. 2011, I put 140,000. I bought these trucks new, by the way. 2011, 140,000 miles, no issues. And my 16, 77,000 miles before I traded it for the Ford, and no issues. So basically the best way I can describe these is 68 RFE is more for your everyday driver. The transmission is smoother when shifting. There's no loss of power or it feels like the truck is going to fall on its face between shifts. The Aisin is a heavy-duty transmission for heavy-duty towing, like hot-shotting across country. That's what it's really built for. For everyday in-town driving, I've driven both, by the way, the Aisin falls on its face between shifts. It's like power completely disappears right before it shifts, and then power comes back. I really hate that. I want power to be linear and smooth throughout the transmission shift process. Aisin doesn't do that. So if you want a truck that drives easier in town, because let me tell you something. People who say that, oh, if you don't need a diesel, don't buy a diesel. If you don't need a 2,500, 3,500, don't buy one. Buy what you want, not what you need. Buy what you want and not what people tell you. So the Aisin, if you know later down the road you're gonna do some hot shotting or tow something heavy, Aisin's great. Sure, go for it. You get more horsepower and torque with that transmission. But I'm talking from a standpoint of overall drivability, in-town driving. You gotta use these trucks also to, I don't know, go to the grocery store, pick up your kids, drive from home to work. Like these trucks, let's get right down to it. These aren't real heavy-duty trucks. Heavy-duty trucks are like Class 8 trucks, okay? Those are heavy-duty trucks. We are in a light-duty market. These are pickup trucks. They're not semi-trucks, okay? They're not heavy-duty, quote-unquote. Those are just marketing terms. Anyways, with the overall drivability, going back to this drivability standpoint, 60 RFE will be better. Smoother, shifts are more linear, there's no dead spots or like the truck's gonna fall on its face. The Aisin will have dead spots. And not only that, the maintenance on the Aisin is a little bit more involved in terms of changing the fluids. So every 30,000 miles, you gotta change the fluids on the Aisin. No thank you. The 60 RFE, you can wait till about 120,000. So that's great. Oftentimes when you hear reports of transmission failures is because some young kid added like 200 extra horsepower to his truck and he didn't beef up the transmission. Hence the 68 RFE blows out. And then he blames it on the transmission. So think about that. Not only that, there are hundreds of thousands of these trucks on the road. Just because you hear a story online from a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who thinks he knows a guy who is a neighbor of a guy that he thinks he knows back in the past of some grandpa that he had a problem with the 68 RFE doesn't mean that it's real. And doesn't mean he has the story straight. 60 RFE is fine. Aisin is a better transmission in terms of towing heavy. Yes, totally agree. But overall drivability, not so much. 68 RFE, especially if you plan to lift the truck, add big tires and blah, 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 your 68 RFE is your route. If you're gonna tow a lot, the Aisin's your route. So just think about that.